Today was the day that they found the missing link.
That's Hannah Virk, direct from Wellington, celebrating the release of her new album Pocket Clocks with an acoustic performance. This is Hannah's second album, and so we asked her how Pocket Clocks differs from her previous long player.
And what she said was, this will never be sent, witness to the mystery.
With my first album, I'd really just started, learning everything myself around how I record my music and how I even just going through the whole process of like creating it and publishing it and releasing it. So I guess with this album, it's had the advantage of me having a bit more experience and knowing what I'm doing. So I think it's a lot more cohesive, but the actual songs themselves are quite a different style too. Like it's got a little bit more of a kind of indie alternative kind of style than my other album. So yeah, there is a difference there as well, but definitely in terms of musical development.
Gotcha. Because your backstory, for those of you who may not, or those who may be watching this and don't know it, you kind of just started at age 30, right?
That's right, yeah.
Which is relatively late for budding musicians.
Well, I have done, music growing up, like just here and there. Like I did learn piano from my nana growing up, and I did teach myself the guitar at one point, but I just hadn't really brought it all together. So, and I played the clarinet as well, actually, all through high school. So it's the music was there, but not the creating the songs and the songwriting. Yeah.
So what was it that kind of spurred you on to focus on the music now?
Well, I actually just got a guitar and I had these ideas for songs, and then I just kind of wanted to write them. But I think it was a bit of a, I guess I've kind of settled in with my other work that I'm doing now. And, I'm just at a point in my life where I want to kind of do something a bit different or share some of the experiences I have had in the story. So maybe that was kind of what spurred it, but I couldn't say exactly myself.
Okay. All righty.
Yeah.
Now, before we get into the album, I noticed that there was a video of a song that I don't think is on the album that you've also released called Need You. Is that correct?
Yeah, that was from the first album.
It was on the first album. But the video was just released relatively recently. Is that right?
She has the kind of smile that takes you to places you've never been before. I've got one hand for you to hold, 2 eyes fully open, 3, you brought me to my knees. I need you.
Yeah, I did that. I actually released it 1 year after doing the album as a kind of like, a follow-up. But I released it during New Zealand Music Month. So.
Did you enjoy making the video?
Yeah, I loved making the video. I had a really good, I worked with 2 other, a video team of 2 other people, and then my sister helps out as well. But they were really great at just helping me. It's really nice to collaborate with some other creative people. For me, music's all about, being creative, and it doesn't necessarily mean just working with other musicians, but coming together with the camera team was actually really satisfying, just bringing together all of our creative ideas and doing something together. But it was also really nice to be able to share the visuals a bit about how you kind of see the music, in reality. Well,
So do you see doing more of that for these new songs on the new record?
There is definitely another video in the works.
Oh, good.
I
For
think
which song?
It's for Muso's Club.
Okay.
I chose that one because it has quite a narrative to it.
The entrance neon flicker, take me there. I don't really care if I can't make noise like all the cool kids. I can shake my hair, running wild and free.
Yeah, I mean, I like to do the videos, but I think just doing, a couple per album is actually a nice way just to be able to do something really, good quality rather than, a lot of smaller ones. So,
Okay.
but, it's definitely.
And what can you tell me
coming
about
up.
the song Muso's Club then? I've listened to it, but I'm
Yeah.
guessing there's a story behind it.
It is, yeah. It was the Musos Club it's about the Musos Club in Dunedin, which is where I grew up, and that's when I was growing up, I was around a lot of different, my friends at high school played in bands and did music, and I was kind of not. I went along to the gigs and I was really, enjoyed the music scene, but I didn't do the music myself. So it is quite a meaningful song in a way because it speaks about my whole musical journey and how I guess I once saw it as someone else was doing music and I was listening to it, but now it's me making the music. So it's kind of about that story of how I once went to the Musos Club and now I'm someone who could play there. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Very cool. You have released Can't Outpace the Algorithm as a single
Yeah.
before the
Yeah.
album. Why did you choose that one to start with?
Golden global sales made it through the gates. Filter of personalities, butter greasing plates. Breaking out of the uniform to not be out of sync with the entirety of humanity. Can't outpace the algorithm if it says you have a beat. The smartest in the town, the coolest on the street.
It's quite a catchy, upbeat one, which is, it's quite nice. But yeah, I guess that one also, it was mostly just made on, it's using the production tools rather than I'm not playing instruments into it. So it's kind of showcases a bit more of that as well, that music producer kind of side to what I do with the music. Yeah.
So are you out there looking for the latest technology and stuff like that at this point?
For producing the music?
Yeah.
I wouldn't necessarily say I am actually. If anything, I'm kind of just developing the style that I have and refining that rather than trying to add in more. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I noticed you
So,
did some
yeah.
altering your voice, and they're very electronic sounding.
I actually do quite like doing that. Yeah, like playing around with the vocal layering and that kind of thing. Yeah, just to make it
Ever listen
interesting.
to
Yeah.
Kraftwerk?
No,
You might want to check it out. They were doing something like
true.
that
Yeah.
back in the 70s.
Oh, right. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
70s and
With the
80s.
robot voice. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's very cool. And what can you tell me about the song?
That can't outpace the algorithm.
Yeah,
Well, that one is all about algorithms, which now kind of dominate the music industry in a way. And
right,
well, yeah, I guess for me, because I've just started making music in this era where it's all streaming platforms and Spotify and that kind of thing. So it's sort of about that, about how you kind of beat the algorithms to get heard these days,
right,
rather than, and I think I've said one click could make you famous if it leads to thousands more. So it's sort of about how we now are fighting algorithms to be heard.
right. So do you look at the algorithm thing as a friend or foe?
Uh, it kind of favors, I feel like, people who are maybe already known.
Right,
So it's not necessarily that great for, someone like myself who's an emerging independent artist. Yeah, whether yeah, it picks up people who are kind of known in some way or already have a lot of listens, so you can get a bit lost with algorithms.
yeah, yep.
Yeah.
And I noticed some of the tracks like Slowly Biting Youth, and let's see, there was another one that I had. Series of Things. Your voice is, it sounds very delicate. What kind of situation are you in when you're recording these things? Are you by yourself? Are you in a studio? Or are you kind of in the middle of the night? How
It's usually by myself, yeah, in a room. I tend to be quite, like I think a lot of musicians are in that more kind of relaxed kind of zone when you're doing the music, and I'm just kind of hearing the sounds the soundtrack that I'm recording into, and just responding to that in a way and creating the song. So yeah, but I do have quite a light voice in a way, so it's quite, I can quite easily go into that
uh-huh.
that style too. Yeah. Yeah, but no, I do tend to do home recordings. There is a studio that I go down to sometimes to use. It's just a local one, which I can, it's quite good just to have the quieter environment.
Right.
But sometimes it does just strike me, and I feel like I need to go and, sing that now. I really just want to get that song recorded. So
Yep.
home works for that. Yeah.
All right. Now the album is called Pocket Clocks, and I guess the final track, Direct Credit, would be considered the title track, since you kind of the last few words of the song are pocket clocks. So tell me what that phrase means to you and what the song is about.
Elizabeth Tower, Big Ben chimes 10. Portable timepiece, transport me again. Feels like I'm right beside you, saying these things. Timepiece, love watches, timepiece, pocket clocks, timepiece, love watches, timepiece, pocket clocks.
That song is actually about it is I have a twin sister and I wrote
Oh.
that song about her but it's kind of about so it's like here's to you for showing me everything I could do is the kind of catchphrase or the chorus, and that's when you like appreciate someone for what they've kind of, I guess, empowered you to do through just like supporting you and and that kind of thing. So it's about, I guess, growing up with my sister and appreciating her doing that. But I feel like it's something everyone could probably take that and think about someone in their lives if they could be grateful for and relate that to.
Are you identical twins?
We're almost identical, but not exactly. But our voices do sound very similar, though she hasn't taken to singing. But if you hear us talking, it's very hard to tell us apart.
Sure. All right. And what did she think of your musical career choice?
No, she really, she really encourages it. I think we both grew up in Dunedin around that whole kind of Dunedin arts scene, so
Right.
she knows all about it too. But she works in the kind of, government but media sector as well, so
Oh.
she kind of understands the importance of arts, and what that provides in terms of enriching our lives. So
Right.
but no, she's always there.
That's good.
She's a support. Yeah.
And you have a tune called Modern Folk, and near the end of it, it sounded like, I don't know what kind of instrumentation or thing.
Bagpipes.
No, it sounded like a harmonium,
Oh yeah.
but could have been a bag. But what is it?
What can I fetch you this evening?
Chardonnay, Chardonnay.
Have you your slippers and sleeping suits?
Put them on, sir. Put them on, man.
Let go of your pens and paper.
Put them away. Put them away.
Off to the land of freedom and dreams.
Sailing today. Sailing today.
It is it's a bagpipes programmed in. It's
Okay.
not, I'm not playing them, but I quite like that as well because as I said, like with growing up in Dunedin, there's that Scottish kind of culture.
Right.
So I've always liked a little bit of bagpipes myself. It's not to everybody's liking, but
No, that's true. But
Yeah.
from what I understand, the word bagpipes translates to, in some languages, to the word doodah, which is my last name, and it means bad sound.
yeah, okay, yeah. But that song, I actually wrote it as like a modern kind of shanty song.
Right.
So, so that was quite interesting actually looking into what is involved in it. Quite like a good one.
All righty. And what kind of stuff do you listen to other than sea shanties and things like that?
I actually do listen to some of those. No, I have a wide range of musical interests really. Like I quite like a good song with a beat. Sometimes I actually quite appreciate rap songs because it's just someone, they've just got a beat and they're doing their lyrics, which I think some of my songs are quite lyrical.
Uh-huh.
But I also really like a lot of New Zealand musicians. I grew up going along to their, shows and just admiring them. So people like Tiny Ruins and Jen Redmore and all of those. Yeah. So but it's a wide range. Yeah.
So do you feel like you're part of a musical community now, even though maybe you've entered it a little later than others down in Wellington there?
I'm coming into it.
Yeah.
It's I did do some shows at like the Fringe Festival. So for me, like I see it as more as being part of like a creative community rather than just
Right.
musical.
Yep.
But it's interesting finding your way. Like definitely the organisations like Independent Musicians New Zealand and Music Managers Forum have been really good for feeling connected. But sometimes you do, I think everyone says as well, you feel a bit like you're in your room doing it yourself a lot of the time. So
Yep.
but the more you reach out, the more you get out there. So
Cool. And I think you have a record release show happening at a bookstore somewhere or other.
yes.
What's
yeah.
that going to be like?
It should be quite a nice one. Like my shows, well, when I perform the songs, it's just me playing acoustically. So Yeah, but it's quite interesting to see how some of the songs actually come through, when I'm playing them, like Can't Outpace the Algorithm I do on the piano. So it
Oh,
really
okay.
has quite a different sound,
I can
quite
imagine.
different to the recorded one. And it's similar with another song I did actually on the EP, Fantasies Reality 0%, which is all electronic, but when I play it on the piano, it's entirely different. So
Right.
yeah, it's really quite nice to come and, see the songs. And
And do you always perform solo?
yeah, I have so far. I don't have a band.
You
I'm
say
open
that
to
very
having
mournfully.
I'm open to having a drummer. I haven't found one. I think having a drum beat would be good.
Right.
But yeah, but then at the same time, I can be quite quiet. So yeah, no, it could happen one day. I'd love to reinterpret the songs with a band, but
Sure,
at the moment
sure.
it's
Yep,
just
yep,
me.
yep.
Yeah.
And songwriting wise, are you always writing, or do you kind of wait until it's time to have some new material, or what kind of motivates you to write?
I just do write, yeah, as I go about. Really, sometimes something just triggers a thought or an idea, and I go and write. Sometimes the songs take a while to come together. Like I'll actually kind of have a few songs I'm working on at the same time for, say, an album, and then I'll just put in lyrics for parts of the song. So yeah, a lot of my songs, I think I do have an overall idea, like an album idea, and then I'll form them all at the same time under that kind of heading rather than just, creating songs and then trying to piece them all together. So for me, it's kind of like they often do come together as more of like a body of work. But yeah, I have times where I don't write, but mostly there's ideas happening.
Are you thinking about the next record already?
I definitely have some other stuff to,
Oh yeah.
yeah, yeah, come out. So yeah, lots of different ideas. Yeah.
And do you see this as your permanent career choice now, or do you see changing to something else in a few years?
Well, I'll probably keep doing music. I have a whole other job that I do as well.
Oh.
So
Well, most
yeah.
musicians do these days, sadly. That's just the way it is.
Yeah, well, that's how I have which funds the music, but they go together well. So
Oh, good.
yeah, but then I guess in a way that makes I can enjoy the music more because it's something I'm doing
Right.
on the side, and it's something I can go and do after work, or I can just do it in a little quiet moment, and so it's actually keeps it quite interesting, probably, rather than me feeling like it's like a work or a job.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And do you see yourself going outside of Wellington performing and touring and things like that?
I definitely like to go to some of the different, places, especially around New Zealand, just to play the music and connect with other people doing music in those places. Yeah. So eventually, yeah, as long as I can organize it and
Have
get
you
it
ever
together.
Have you played it in Auckland ever?
I haven't, no, but I'd like to. Yeah.
All right. Well, wait and see what happens.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah. What kind of bookshop is it that you're going to be performing at?
It's a small. They actually run. They have quite a few music shows there as well.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's kind of like it's called Undercurrent, and it's a bookstore music venue. Yeah, I did an
Gotcha.
open mic there, and I just really liked the feeling of it. They have a piano that you can play, which is quite nice, rather than me bringing along my keyboard, and then a nice old microphone that gives a vintage sound. So
Right.
they have quite a few jazz events there.
Cool.
Yeah,
All
the
righty. Well, hopefully
Undercurrent.
we'll get a
Yeah.
chance to see you up here sometime. But in the
Yes, hopefully. Yeah.
meantime, good luck with the release and good luck with the show.
Yeah, thank you very much.
If you enjoyed this episode of the 13th Floor's Music Talk series, please be sure to subscribe to the website or to the YouTube channel. Follow us on Facebook or Instagram and wherever you find your podcasts. There's a whole lot more to discover.